Hey guys, how's it going? Rubik's Master here, and today is the day before the event, so I'm just coming at you with a quick informative video. Now this is 5-day-old news, so I'm sure many of you have already noticed it, but if anybody took a break before the event, this is going to be some good information for you to know going in. Now, there was a patch on the 10th, and the patch notes for that were put on the Rogueassault webpage. And the things they focus on there were telling us that they added minefield levels, they added more walls per command center level, and they increased overall damage for the railgun. Something they did that they didn't put in the patch notes that makes a huge difference, believe it or not, is they made alterations to the machine gun turret. Now, anybody who's above level 35 probably doesn't really see too many machine gun turrets anymore, just because they're kind of, or they were, kind of, lackluster. They had, bottom of the line range, medium damage. They really didn't do a lot of damage to anything except infantry units, and nobody used infantry units. So if anybody had machine gun turrets in their base, they were usually just a token thing, and we're just sitting there. Once the Zeus meta became a thing, people got rid of machine gun turrets altogether, and I've seen entire bases of just howitzers and salvo turrets. With the latest adjustment to the salvo turrets, I'm seeing even more howitzers. Not really anybody even uses salvo turrets too much anymore, at least not to great effect. So, to try and curb this Zeus versus howitzer craze thing going on, what Kixeye has done is, now I can't speak for damage because I don't keep track of all the turrets' damages on a daily basis, but I can speak for range. What it used to be before the 10th was Zeus's range was 380. Machine gun turret's range was 360. Just like the railgun. Now you see the machine gun turret's range is 400. They increased the range by 40, making it 20 more than the Zeus. So now there is a baseline defense turret that doesn't have a minimum range that can attack the Zeuses. So, railguns are now, really, if you want to look at it this way, railguns are now the only turret that Zeuses can outrange. So, the whole need for the howitzer, the overblown howitzer thing, is kind of out the door now. You can kind of actually stage a base where you have a couple machine gun turrets for point defense, backed by a couple railguns to keep the tanks away, with a howitzer or two in your main base to really, just stack on that extra damage to all the units coming in. That would be something that's viable. But I don't really see that being a major switch in the player base anytime soon. What I see this as a main concern is, like I said, for the event coming up, you guys need to keep in mind as you're trying to pick off the bases on the outside, machine gun turret areas are no longer going to be a super easy pick for Zeus's, because they'll do damage. And if y'all haven't noticed, high-level machine gun turrets, especially if they're boosted by a transformer, can melt Abrams pretty well. I have level 10 Abrams, and on the level 60 event base last time, there was a solo boost, or no, it was a 50% boosted machine gun turret that killed my level 10 Abram in just a matter of a few seconds. So in event bases, this is going to be a big thing. Though it would be cool to kind of see a new meta come back to the player base in PvP and kind of see people trying out different base setups. Now, this is going into the realms of thing that's probably never, ever, ever going to happen, but it'd be kind of cool if Rogueassault kind of got away from the whole stereotypical thing of running like Clash of Clans, where you have a very, very limited amount of turrets and you have to be super weird about fitting in what turrets you want. It'd be kind of cool if they basically just upped the amount of turrets you could have on defense by 2 per command center level. That would be an insane amount. But also increase the overall capacity of platoons by 200 or 250 per level as well. Make these base attacks be on a much, much larger scale, something more akin to what we saw in the original War Commander. Though for something like that to go down with the amount of precision required, the overall attack times would probably have to be increased to 7 minutes or 7 minutes 30 seconds. Like I said, that is probably never going to happen, but that would be something really cool to see, where because it would take that amount of turrets for us to really be able to use, you know, machine gun turrets, howitzers, railguns, flat guns, salvos, and SAMs. It would take, how many do I have now? 7? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 turrets. Really, for me to be able to use all these turrets effectively like I want, I would need an extra turret, maybe even 10. I would, like, 10 turrets would be really good for me to be able to implement all of the turrets and feel like I have a good base, a good all-around defense against air attacks, speed attacks, long-range attacks. But, like I said, it's probably never going to happen. That's a little bit too much of a serious change. But hey, I can daydream. That would be pretty cool. But anyway, just wanted you guys to be informed about the whole Zeus versus machine gun turret thing, because machine gun turrets versus light vehicles are a real thing. Machine gun turrets can destroy light vehicles. Something else to keep in mind, just because it's a range increase, it is effectively a damage increase. Because, you know, typically, let's talk about Humvee IFVs. What are their ranges at? Because I know I have my range boosted just a little bit, so it would have been pretty similar to, or it would have been getting close to the range of the original machine gun turret. So 260, so I was 100 less range. So my Humvee IFVs have a dead zone where the machine gun turret is dealing damage to the Humvee IFVs, and the Humvee IFVs are not dealing damage. That distance that I have to travel while taking damage has now increased by 40, meaning the machine gun turret has more time to deal damage to me per level. It can be the same defense platform level, same amount of damage I have to deal to it, but the machine gun turret overall is going to deal more damage to my platoon than it previously would have. So there's little like hidden changes like that, where it's not just a straightforward, oh, it got a range increase. Effectively, it got a damage increase as well, because it's going to get a head start on damaging you. So keep that in mind as you go forward into this event. But hey, until then, y'all have an awesome day.